right, we've got a question from Sam. All right, Sam says, I've heard of critical social work and decolonization. How is revolutionary social work different, or is it the same? That's a good question, Sam, and that's one that we have thought about extensively. And I think another one you could throw in there, right, is radical social work, right?
Yep.
Maybe we should start differentiating with radical social work. And it's hard because all of these terms are very similar to each other and sometimes hard to distinguish from each other. But for what I know, radical social work would focus on structural inequalities, bringing down the system, capitalism, stuff like that, right? So would revolutionary social work for the most part. So we'll stay there. We'll say that that's the similarities. Well, critical social work would do some of the same things, but it would also analyze, say, power dynamics, advocate for social justice, want to take down the system, right? Right.
So very much both of them against the status quo. It's very similar to revolutionary social work.
Yeah, and decolonizing social work would be, trying to undo the effects of colonization, which we don't have the time or the energy to get that deep into today.
In the future.
But revolutionary social work would also do that. And I think another one that's worth mentioning would be abolitionist social work, which is a growing field. Check out the Upend movement, Alan Detlef. They got a lot going on.
Yep.
But that would seek to eliminate oppressive systems, completely abolish them. Right. And some folks, but not all, in abolitionist social work would think that the field of social work as it currently is should be abolished. Revolutionary social work wouldn't necessarily go that far, although it would definitely engage in dialogue on that topic.
Yeah.
So what would make revolutionary social work significantly different is that for each of these, to accomplish each of those things, revolutionary social work believes that the prerequisite for any of that change is personal transformation, meaning, perhaps before you go march in a rally or you try to change a law, that you should focus on yourself and look inward. The main difference is that for revolutionary social work, the prerequisite for any kind of change would be that personal transformation. Before we're going out there to try to change the system, before we're going out there trying to change the world, marching in rallies, trying to change the laws, that we should focus on ourselves. And to take it biblically, right? Jesus said that you should take the plank out of your own eye before you take it out of your brother's eye. And when we talk about social workers, or, especially like the organizations in social work, like the DNC, that are operating and thinking and functioning as an arm of the Democrats, they have the exact same values and ideology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do you notice anybody deviating in any way, shape, or form?
I mean, individuals on an individual basis, perhaps, but not as a general organization.
Right. So revolutionary social workers have to realize that before you can sit over there and say, the Republicans are bad for this, this, and this, and this, you should look in the mirror and take the plank out of your own eye. Because I promise you, if you're operating in exact alignment with the Democrats and all the power structures that be with neoliberalism, I promise you, you're not a part of the resistance.
It's just not doing any of that self-reflection. Yeah, it's not. We're being sheep if we're just following the Democrats and that system, and we're critiquing the other side, but we're not taking the plank out of our own eye. We're not critiquing the Democrats themselves. Then we're definitely not doing revolutionary social work. That's for sure.
You can't see the plank in your own eye because you too focus on your brothers. And I mean your brother or your sisters. And I mean that people across the political divide, whatever they are still our brothers and sisters. And we would do well to listen to them. Even if you disagree, there's always nuggets of truth and reality somewhere in there. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I think that was, so critical, radical social work, decolonization, abolition. I mean, it's all a part of revolutionary social work. But the key difference is that we have to start within ourselves, that personal transformation, that internal work, for us to then have that external impact. And